Hey everybody, we got a little bit of a different video here today. Ever since 1989 when Back to the Future Part 2 came out, there's one scene that has stuck out in pretty much every fanboy's mind.
Hoverboard.
Well, maybe there's a couple of scenes.
Power laces, alright.
And while the hoverboard may not really be a reality yet, self-lacing sneakers are. So back in 2016, Nike released less than 100 pairs of the Nike Mag, which was basically a reproduction of the shoe that was used in Back to the Future Part 2. Proceeds went to the Michael J. Fox charity. Needless to say, the shoes were pretty much untouchable for most people. Fast forward a short while later, Nike released the Nike Adapt 1.0. These shoes were a little bit more accessible to folks, but the price tag was pretty ridiculous. And that brings us to this year. A couple of months ago, Nike released the Nike Adapt EARL BB shoe. BB standing for basketball, EARL standing for electric adaptive reaction lacing. Pretty much meaning self-lacing. Now, while pretty much every sneakerhead on the planet was probably lined up on the really useless Nike app to be able to buy shoes directly from Nike, and if you guys have bought shoes through the app before, you probably know what I'm talking about. I was one of them. You sit in queue forever, hoping that they have your size. As soon as you get to the checkout screen, you find out they're sold out. So while you guys know that I collect a lot of sci-fi and comic type stuff, I also have dabbled in basketball shoes to date. That being said, younger Kyle never really had the money to buy a lot of the releases that were popular at the time. Although I did do the gimmicky Reebok pump, blame that on Shaq. So a couple of weeks ago, I logged on to the Finish Line website to buy a different sneaker and saw that the Nike Adapt BBs were in stock that day, and I bought a pair. Fast forward to today, this is the horrible box that it was shipped in. We're gonna open them up. Trust me, Finish Line could not have done a worse job at packing this, so they basically just put this box inside of the junky cardboard box. But here we go. Pretty high-end swanky box. Take off the sleeve. Now we have this, get the swoosh, Nike Adapt EARL BB. And a hook on the other side. So open this. The inside of the top. It's wrapped nicely. Not as nice as some of the Jordans that we have, but here we go. I'm sure if you're a sneakerhead, you've already seen dozens of these videos on YouTube. I can't profess that this is going to be better than any of those, but I thought I'd share this experience with you guys. I was pretty psyched to get these. So we got both shoes, you got the left, right. What's also in the box, we've got a charging pad. So these wirelessly charge, by the way. Right and left on the pad. And the pad has a USB-C port. I don't know if you can see that very well there. And this is Nike Adapt Charger 1.0, of course. I believe that it's the same wireless technology that the newer iPhones and your Samsung phones would use as well. So we have a packet here, a Mylar. Open this up. I believe this is the charging stuff. And there you go. We've got a power brick with a charging pad and a USB-C cord. So set that aside. And last but not least, get a little instruction book. When did you ever need an instruction book for sneakers? Now there is an app that we need to download from the App Store, Apple. And while we're getting the app ready, let's open these guys up a little bit. This is on the inside. And the second piece. Same with the other shoe. Back end. And foot. So if we push and hold any button on the side of the shoe for 1 second, it'll power on. So we've got our buttons here. Let's hold that. There you go. It's changing colors. And then do the same on the other. Whoa. And I'm gonna put the camera down on the floor so you can see this part. So with these flat on the floor, it says put your feet in. There's one, and there's two. What? They just auto power laced. We can make these either tighter or looser. Front button makes them tighter. Back button makes them looser. Very cool. They're a little stiff. A little harder on the bottom. Not as much give. Some shoes, they feel good. They're not too light, but they're not too heavy. Now if you want to save your fit, you just push both buttons simultaneously, and that way it'll know what your fit should be when you put your shoes back on. Now I want to make these looser to take them off. There's one. And there's two. These will change color when you go to power up, so that you know if they're red, it means charge now, yellow, plenty, orange, charge soon, and green is full. I feel like I'm wearing the future. So what I'm going to do now is try to pair my shoes to my phone. It sounds ridiculous. Connect your left shoe. Hold near the buttons. Tap to confirm. Press any button on the left shoe to connect it to your device. The shoes are lit up. So we got our device. And there we go. Now we got to connect our right shoe. I'm going to hold this over here. Hold it next to the phone. It's doing its thing. Tap to confirm. Good to go. Adjust your shoes and find the perfect fit. Let's put on your shoes. Now this is a little difficult. The shoes are on. You hit start on the app. Adapt into your feet. There it goes. Damn, that's super tight. Fine tune your left shoe. Slide the L to tighten or loosen the fit. Sweet. No way. And now you could actually choose the color you want on the side of your shoe too. So you can see how much battery we have by the app. About 50% charged. Racer blue. Vivid purple. So you can see on the side here. Pink. Red. Oh, red looks pretty awesome. I'm going to leave it as red. And in your modes, save your current fit and combination access at any time. Let's do it. I'll call it red. If I can type the right way. Bam. Check it out. Alright, so I just wore these guys for a little bit of time. I can say the mesh is nice and comfortable. So the upper, very cool. You can definitely feel this being a little bit stiffer because this is what's contracting on you. The bottom where the electronics are, this is much firmer than shoes that I'm normally wearing, but I'm normally wearing kind of like pure boost running shoes for the most part currently. It is a little stiffer than typical basketball shoes, I think, also, but it feels really comfortable. It does feel like you could play in them. I mean, I know that people are playing in them already. The app works seamlessly. I'm going to try to charge these for a minute and see if I can show you what it looks like on the charging pad. But the app gives you the percentage of what the shoes are at also. I mean, if you're not using the app, I believe that these will last for a few days at least without being charged. So if you were wearing them all the time, although I suspect most people are not going to wear them all the time. I know other folks that I know that wear higher end shoes kind of wear them specific occasions, if at all, but that's the Nike Adapt EARL BB. I know a lot of folks are going to say, what a ridiculous waste of money, but I think, you know, A, it is a ridiculous amount of money. Make no mistake about it. But when you have most higher end basketball shoes at this point are going for about, you know, 200 or just shy of 200 bucks for a pair, paying the extra for this is also getting you the charging pad, which hopefully in future editions they may have a version without the pad or with the pad, so a little less money. And this is the first wave of the technology. These are scalping already on eBay for a considerable amount of money over the price. For me, it kind of meshes two things together: my love for sports and my love for geek and technology and things like that. So these were something that I needed to get, you know, probably go on display along with my Back to the Future stuff, even though it's not the Nike mags, unfortunately. Another point of conversation that I wanted to make, when it comes to these self-lacing shoes or shoes that you can slide on and it's not going to fall off, etc., there is a need for these types of shoes as well for people that have medical issues, and without delving too much into other life, these would be a wonder for people that have disabilities where they can't bend down fully to be able to lace a shoe, and they could slide this on and have it tight enough that it's not going to fall off like a clog or something where folks are normally wearing that today. So there's definitely practical applications for shoes like this in the future. Alright, I do want to show you the charging pad. So here's without a shoe. Place your shoe on it and you can immediately see that the shoes are charging on the pad. So there you have it, the Nike Adapt BB. Very cool shoe, very cool technology, a complete unnecessary extravagance, but a very cool one at that. Something, again, as I said, since I was a kid and saw Back to the Future, this is something that I think everyone that saw that movie dreamed about. Now if we could get hoverboards in place and accessible to the public, we'll be off to a really good start. That's gonna do it for me for now, so thanks a lot for watching. Thank you very much for all of your likes and your comments and your subscriptions. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Have a great night. We'll see you guys.